James Gunn's Superman has faced a consistent criticism over its vast cast, but he gave a fitting defense using Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Director James Gunn's upcoming Superman reboot will kick off a new era for DC movies by introducing a whole bunch of new characters alongside the Man of Steel. As a result, the film has been criticized for being overcrowded with supporting characters ever since reports regarding its lengthy cast first emerged. During a recent interview, Gunn addressed the alleged criticism of the film for having too many characters, which could take the focus away from David Corenswet's Superman and confuse audiences. Gunn used Christopher Nolan's Oppenheimer as an example to reassure fans, and here is what he had to say about the common criticism of Superman. Upcoming Superman is just weeks away from release, with the film set to introduce a new Man of Steel in the form of David Corenswet's titular superhero. At the same time, the film will also introduce the Justice Gang, which includes heroes like Guy Gardner and the Daily Planet staff. Meanwhile, the film also has multiple villains, including Lex Luthor and the mysterious Hammer of Borovia. Therefore, the film has been criticized for being overcrowded, with some fans feeling that so many characters would confuse the audience and take the spotlight away from Superman. Recent interview, Gunn addressed the concerns but revealed that he was confident the film would not confuse the audience. He used Christopher Nolan's Academy Award-winning Oppenheimer to make a compelling point about the movie having several speaking roles. "I think Oppenheimer has 3 times as many speaking roles as we do. So I think people are fine." Gunn made the above statement via Variety, revealing that he had also screened the movie multiple times, and reactions suggest that the audience followed along with the plot without getting confused by character introductions. As a result, Gunn was confident about the film connecting with the viewers. Superman is expected to be different from the character's previous live-action iterations and kick off the new DCU. As a result, it is natural for the movie to lay some groundwork and do extensive world-building. The director has already confirmed the movie is set in an alternate version of Earth, where superheroes have existed for decades. In the same interview, Gunn explained that audiences are used to seeing movies that follow a protagonist, and Superman is undoubtedly the protagonist of the upcoming movie. As a result, the supporting characters won't hinder the core story, which Gunn crafted to explore the Man of Steel's internal conflict. From Gunn's comments, it is clear that the director is confident in the film's ability to juggle several supporting characters and use them in a way that isn't distracting but entertaining for the audience. His previous work on the Guardians of the Galaxy franchise has already proved Gunn is capable of handling large groups of characters within a story. Therefore, in our opinion, fans should trust the director. Furthermore, fans should be excited to see a fully formed DCU with some of the most iconic characters from the comics come to life on the big screen. What do you think of Gunn's comments about Superman being overcrowded? Do you agree or disagree with him? Let us know in the comments. The music in James Gunn movies has always been something to marvel at. The director recently revealed his process of picking music for his films. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. James Gunn's reputation as one of the best soundtrack curators in Hollywood is no accident. His films aren't just remembered for their characters and visuals, they're remembered for the songs. Whether it's Peter Quill vibing to Redbone or a perfectly timed Bowie track elevating a scene's emotion, Gunn's music choices feel surgically precise. But what fans may not realize is how much time, energy, and obsession go into curating those playlists. While most directors consider music in the post-production stage, Gunn builds soundtracks into his films from the earliest writing sessions. And now, he's finally revealed the surprising method behind how he keeps his music picks fresh and inspired. In a recent interview on Max's YouTube channel, James Gunn shared that he is a huge fan of music. "I'm pretty obsessive about music." He listens to a lot of music across genres, and there are tools that help him in the process. Gunn revealed that he regularly visits a site called Album of the Year, a platform that catalogs every new album release along with critical and fan reviews. While it's not a streaming service, it serves as his go-to resource to discover highly rated new music across genres. Once something catches his eye, he dives into listening sessions. Since it's impossible to listen to all the music that comes out, Gunn picks from his favorite genres and the highly rated work on the website he mentioned. He also often relies on the recommendations from his brothers, who are just as passionate about music. These exchanges allow Gunn to explore sounds beyond his comfort zone, which eventually influence his storytelling decisions. This obsessive method has been a part of his creative process since the beginning. During the making of the Chris Pratt star, Guardians of the Galaxy, he sifted through hundreds of lesser-known 70s songs, narrowing them down to a set that would form the heart of the film. The final selections were so tightly integrated that they were played live on set, helping actors and crew sync to the rhythm and tone. The result was a soundtrack that felt like an emotional backbone, not just background music. Despite being known for his impeccable playlists, Gunn is making a deliberate shift with the David Corenswet-starrer Superman. Unlike his previous films, this one leans heavily on a traditional score, composed by John Murphy and David Fleming. There are still a couple of songs woven into the film, but Gunn has said this is his first score-heavy project. He believes this approach helped him grow creatively, forcing him to find new ways to shape mood and narrative without relying on the emotional shorthand that needle drops often provide. Even with the score leading the way, Gunn hasn't forgotten the power of legacy. The composer has hinted at incorporating subtle nods to John Williams' original Superman theme, honoring the character's musical past without overdoing it. The trailer even featured a reworked version of the iconic fanfare, suggesting a respectful balance between old and new. What's also notable is what Superman avoids. Gunn reportedly made it clear that overused tracks like Don't Stop Me Now or Kryptonite won't appear in the movie. He's still curating with the same precision, just through a different musical lens. Going forward, Gunn has expressed interest in exploring more projects that lean into original scoring, signaling a potential evolution in his creative playbook. Whether through nostalgic bangers in Guardians or sweeping compositions in Superman, James Gunn's relationship with music is central to his storytelling. The Boys star Jensen Ackles reveals his only condition to reprise Batman role in James Gunn's DCU after previous stint as the DC hero. Welcome to Stats In. If you're just joining us, please subscribe and don't forget to turn on notifications bell for more video. Jensen Ackles voiced the role of Batman in several DCAU projects, making him a fan-favorite pick for the Dark Knight role in James Gunn's new DCU. In a recent interview, Ackles opened up about whether he would be interested in taking up the cowl in live action and revealed what type of Batman he'd like to play. The supernatural star has already played a very hyper-masculine superhero in The Boys, but is currently headlining a new series for Amazon Prime Video. While promoting his latest series, Ackles reflected on the calls for him to portray Batman in Gunn's DCU, and here is what the actor had to say about the proposition. To promote the series, Ackles sat down for a conversation with Collider, where he was asked about being a popular fan casting for the DCU's Batman. Ackles admitted he would be ready to take the part if he received a call. However, Ackles admitted that the previous live-action iterations would make it difficult to craft an entirely new take on the iconic Dark Knight character. It would be hard to carve out something truly unique amongst all of the performances as Batman. I would probably have to lean heavily on Gunn and whoever's directing and whoever's writing it,